you get on with it?
I think monkfish is a fantastic fish. I don't think it's top of the pops of flavour, but I think what it lacks in flavour, it certainly makes up for in texture. Now, you can buy big monkfish or you can buy small monkfish, and I think the big ones are really fabulous. You can cut them into steaks and braise them or just grill them with some oregano and maybe some olive oil. But these small monkfish tails, I think, are absolutely superb, and they're wonderful cooked whole. And I'm going to show you how to butterfly them. Now, when you're buying monkfish, make sure you've got a really nice white opaque flesh, and make sure all these membranes here are a kind of lovely red. There's no kind of dull browns or anything at all. And the first thing you do, and of course you can get your fishmonger to do this, is to just take the skin off. Now, you do that just by nipping the top of it, and you can pull the whole thing off like a glove.
How much would you pay for the
monkfish? Will probably bet between 18 and 20 quid a kilo, but these smaller ones you can pick up for about 9 or 10 quid, and they're so underused that, you know, people should look for them. I actually think their flesh is much nicer, because when the monkfish gets bigger, it's such a wet fish, it goes very, very moist, whereas these are quite dry. Now, it's important that you take this membrane off the fish, and there's no easy way. I just get a knife underneath it and take it off.
You could get your fishmonger to do that for you as well.
You get your fishmonger to do this.
It's hard to do that, I think, to get every bit of it off.
It's a real job, as I say. Get your fishmonger to do it, but it's, the only thing that happens if you leave it on is the monkfish curls up and goes black, so it's not going to do you any harm. Now, the other thing about monkfish, of course, is there's no bones in it, so if you've got a problem with fish bones, then monkfish is the ideal fish to absolutely start off on. Now, I'm going to butterfly it, and all I'm going to do is just take a cut right down the side of the bone. I'm not going all the way through, I'm just cutting into the flesh there. And I'm going to turn the flesh over. I think these little fish like that, when you kind of butterfly them, they cook really quickly, and of course you leave the bone in there, so it kind of, you've got all the moisture and everything coming out the bone. Now, I've got a nice hot pan, some veg oil in there. I'm just going to lightly season the monkfish, and then pop it into the oil just to give it some colour. Now, I'm going to make the rosemary and anchovy butter. I'm going to start off with some good salted anchovies, just a handful in there. Strip off some leaves of the rosemary branch. Add some garlic, some softened butter, and then just give that a really nice whiz up. Now, rosemary and anchovy butter is fantastic not only with fish, it's absolutely beautiful with steak, so worth making in decent quantities and keeping in the fridge. And that monkfish should have started to take on some colour. And then I've got my oven set to maximum, about 200 degrees, and I'm just going to pop it in the oven for about 5 minutes just to finish cooking.